All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So a viewer request here. We're going to look at NVAX one more time. We'll take a look at GTII and then View as well. That's the 1, 2, 3 for today. So, I covered NVAX, I think it was last week, maybe, give or take, maybe within this 27th to the 4th window, okay? Look, there's this thing is close. It's been on my radar, like I said, at least this week, maybe even early last week, right? But man, these 5 lines are difficult, all right? They really, really are, right? And we'll talk about the details shortly, but yeah, I'm still waiting to get in. I think this 577 line's probably still going to be the money line as I'm looking at this thing here, okay? From there, I want to look at View. So View, we talked a bunch on the Discord today. To me, View has a lot of NVAX just in the back of it, right? Like this 20 moving average looks like it's going to break there, looks like it was going to break there, looked like it was going to break there. Wanted to for a moment during the day today, right? But the 20 is a hard line to say the least. And then GTII, look, it's been a minute since I've covered that one, and we're starting to get really, really close to a very scary line on GTII. So that's at least why I wanted to cover that one today. But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video all over the internet, comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, and for real, just being here and giving me your time, I am so grateful for you, all right? So, look, if you've watched my videos before, you know this. If you're new here, I am never going to talk about like a short squeeze, manipulation, this and that, right? Like that is not what I'm here to ever discuss. There's a lot of eyes and attention from what it seems like on NVAX, okay? And to me, it's all about the 8 and the 20 specifically, all right? Because let's just zoom out a little bit. Again, I haven't covered this. I don't know this stock too well, right? But yeah, this is actually what I remembered from it. So one thing I like to do is just see what a stock has done historically, right? And as bad as it has been since, 2022, right? That's just easy to see. I love the fact that the stock knows what to do over the moving averages. There's not a lot of stocks that actually can look, you hear me say often, break all 5 moving averages and fly. It did that and then some, right? Again, lose all 5 moving averages and die. And yeah, unfortunately, that is also what happened, right? But to me, the fact that it's done it, the fact that it knows how to do both sides of the coin, this is a stock that loves the lines. All right. When it's on the better side of the moving averages, it'll go up. When it's doing what it is now, it'll kind of go down, right? And why were we starting to get excited? Because again, you kind of saw we've been below the 8 and the 20 for a while, right? And we've had these immediate moments where it was starting to look like, hey, we're trying, right? We're doing our best. There's a little bit of an oscillation now that I'm kind of like looking at it, but nonetheless, right? Like the goal on the last few, at least, I think the last one, I don't even know if I've covered this one twice very recently, but yeah, the goal was make me break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50, go to the 100, right? The goal was get over these 2 so we could come here, get over this one so we could come here, okay? Now, again, I for sure, I don't really go back to my videos. Sometimes I might be wrong, right? In hindsight's 2020. I really hope at least I talked about the fact that this purple 200 moving average line has essentially been an impossibility for more than 2 years, right? all of 22 and pretty much all of 23. There was a moment where we closed above it, which is actually nice to see, and it wasn't too long ago, actually, right? September's not the closest, but it's definitely not the furthest, right? So relatively nice to see this little moment right here where it actually did close over it, but yeah, easy to say that's been a difficult line. The fact that it's kind of close to the 100 isn't that great, right? But there was a shot. There still kind of is a shot. And that's at least where I'm going to end it with, right? But the goal is make me believe we're going to get over the 8 and the 20, and it's going to want to come to the 50. Red, 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 red could be a real nice green, 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 green. And trying to do some rough math in my head, oh, I can't do that math fast enough. Looks like a little more than 10% for sure. Because if we're going to call it 580, I'm going to add 60 cents to that. That's 20 right there, 40 left. Could be a very clean 10% move right there. Maybe 625 will be a little bit of a roadblock, maybe, but I actually don't think so. I think if we can get over these two, we'd make a nice little run to the 50. Look, MACD is still in the negative, but it's really close to the positive. I do obviously like that they're both green over red, right? But end of the day, this whole thing's about volume. All right, even in this little moment where I was getting a little bit excited, right? Like we can't get over the average is nothing more than a C if we're talking about the A, B, C, D, F grading scale, right? Like the average is the top of the bell curve. Like this is not like an impressive line, right? So when I ask just break the 50, I'm really not I'm not asking for a crushing of it, right? Just literally get over it and make it a green one, right? Like we have not gotten over that 50 moving average line in a little bit too long, right? And really the days that we have, they've been more red than they have been the green ones, right? But yeah, this thing's missing volume. I think, like I kind of started it with, this is the money line. If we can get over 577, we'll obviously be over the 8 and the 20. We'll obviously be over these green candles. We'll be sitting in this nice sea of red, 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 red. Hopefully that would be the move up, all right? I really don't know if there's any special days coming up. I don't know if they have a conference, if they have an earnings, anything like that. Please let me know in the comments. I mean, obviously, we're, weeks away from finishing this quarter anyways, right? So I imagine come next month, maybe even a month from now, we'll probably hear some sort of earnings updates, right? But there's enough reason to believe it's going to kind of want to get here. That's a roughly 50% move if it breaks it, right? Nothing will matter to me until we can get over 577, and then that's going to be its own little wall right there at 640, we can roughly call it, all right? So we'll look at the weekly really quickly. I mean, look, this isn't a great weekly, right? We are trying to at least get over the 8 right here, right? $5.96. Where's 5.9? Yeah, that's good. That'll get us well over that. Where is that line though? Do I want to draw that? I'm thinking about it. I don't think I'm going to draw it. I think I actually still like our lines right here. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Even if you disagree, you know that, right? Otherwise, I want to look at View next. We'll look at GTII last. So View. All right. Again, we have been talking about View a lot, I think, over the last few days, right? And this is really the comment that I'm going to keep going, right? Because, yeah, View was flying, all right? And I actually called 214 a little bit earlier on this thing, right? But View is less about today and all about tomorrow, okay? And what does that mean, okay? Look at this thing. It's been since right here. It's been since September that we've even remotely come close to getting over the 20 moving average. The 20 moving average stopped us here, 20 moving average stopped us here. Today we actually got over it. And look, normally that would get me really excited, right? But truth be told, that's a pesky line, and we really, I think if it closed, and obviously that would be asking a lot, because now at that point we're almost at the 50, right? So hey, maybe I'm getting a little too greedy. I don't know what the word would be, right? But real quick, let me do this. Let me at least show, where was it? Was it in the minute? We're not going to see it. Maybe it was in the hour. Yeah, this is where it was. So when I, in the Discord, was calling the 214, it's because of this. You can see it's now at 212, right? But the 100 average on the 1 hour was basically calling 214 at the time, and now it's saying 212 since the candle closed, and it's moved since I called it, right? But I saw the 214. As I click into this right here, my line would have been 224, right? Since I'm already kind of saying this one was a little too greedy, right? So 224, 227, 230, whatever we want to call it, would have been the next line. So even that 214 that I was talking about at the Discord actually would not have still been enough. And it still goes back to tomorrow matters more than today. Was a beautiful 22%, right? Like people in the Discord crushed it, right? You know I love it when you do, right? But I still need a little more. I want to believe that the 20 is broken, right? Because we've seen it. We've seen it get over it and almost for no reason at all decide to come back down. And if this was to, oh, nice, that's what stopped it. It was the bottom. Hey, good for you. If this was going to be coming down, I think 160. I think it'd be a little hard to imagine it goes a little lower than 160 because from there, I'm trying to guess what the 8 moving average is going to be, right? And it roughly looks like that's kind of the slope of it and what's going to be tomorrow. I think it'll hit around that 160 number I just called. So I would say 160 is the lowest. And again, what I'm basically looking for tomorrow is a close of 230 or more. I need another 10% plus. I actually need another 15% is what I need because I need 20 cents and then another 10 on top of that, right? So that's what I need to believe that we're over the 20. Otherwise, look, we've seen it before. We've seen it again. You know I call this a pesky line because there are moments where you just can't get over the 8. You seemingly somehow do, and then the 20 just throws you back down, right? So don't make any automatic assumptions. But yeah, if it goes, this thing's going to want to head to 315. 315 really is the next place this is going to want to go. After that is just an amazing sea of red that could actually take us all the way up to 670 almost, right? My line's even at 750, right? So there's a lot of upside, but there's a really big if on this 20 moving average. And I've been there. I have lost money because I saw the big gain. I saw the close over the line. I get too excited from a single day, and that's not what we're here for, right? We need confirmation and follow through. Look, that's a decent MACD. That's a decent RSI. They both have a nice little common divergence, right? Divergence just means lines going away from each other. Red over green, they're going away. Volume's going down. I don't really like that, right? So give me some good volume tomorrow. Give me a little bit louder of a divergence. That'll obviously be a break. Otherwise, like I said, the 20 wins when it seems like it shouldn't. All right. Again, what's the 8 actually at? 217. Where's the 20? Oh, no. 217. Interesting. I wonder if 217, man, I like that actually. I'm going to set that alert. I think 218. I'll do 220. I don't need to be that greedy. I actually would like to know 220 because I think if we start to see that 220, I think that should maybe even smash that 230 I was talking about and hopefully take us up to that 50. Nice. I'll take that from the weekly. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on View. This thing is close, but you can't get too excited off one day. All right. Oops. GTII. All right. Hey, look, it's been a while since I've talked to the GTII family. I hope you're well. Obviously, the stock price isn't doing that well, right? You already know if you've watched my videos before, right? Like bad things happen under the 8 and the 20, lose all the moving averages and die. And I mean, that's basically what we're doing. We've been under all 5 for a while. We've been under the 8 and the 20 for a while. Like this is, I'm not going to talk too much about the past, I think, for lack of words. The main reason why I'm doing this video is that drop right there. Okay, so a couple things from this zoomed out view, and then I'll start to zoom in more. Okay, you can see the volume spikes, right? Like even these are small right here, but you can see them. There are actually like candles there. If I click into one of these days, look, 163K, we're at 200K. Like even these little ones right here are still relatively close to our volume. These days in trading, there's barely any candles you can see. On any given day that I click, look, volume was only 6K right here. This one doesn't look like it has a big candle. This was 50K. All right, not too shabby. What about this one right here? 50K again. All right, I guess it's a little better. Nonetheless, all right, this right here, basically to like right here, basically to where the run starts, there was very little. And you know what? Let's just zoom in just to actually see it. Now that I've kind of given you the my thoughts on volume right there. Like, yeah, look, you can see it. There are a lot of dashes. You know I hate the dashes on the daily because, look, on this day, the volume was 0.00000. Look, on this day right here, there's a dash. Volume was 0.00000. On, when was the last dash? This was the last dash right here. This was 10K. All right, that dash gave it a little bit of volume. Did you have any volume? 2K right here. Nonetheless, you get the point, right? This to me is shady volume, and this to me just doesn't count. Like, you can't use small volume days. And again, 200K is a lot lower than other volumes we look at, right? But 200K compared to 50K is a significant jump, right? So where I start to see less dashes and more movement was after that big spike, right? After that. And lo and behold, look where we're actually at, right? I'm roughly going to draw the line right there. So we're sitting, we're sitting at the bottom of that peak. We're sitting at the place where it wicked before there as well, right? You know, I love to say red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. The worry here is green, 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 green can be a very dangerous red, 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 red. That 32 RSI on a normal stock would be way too low and like we're ready to like recover, right? Wasn't that long ago the RSI was at 19. Wasn't even that long ago that the RSI was at 8, right? Like this thing actually is more used to being down here than anything, right? The last time we were here, we went back up, right? I mean, we are this 46-cent line, right? 47 and change. This is a critical line because I'm telling you, if that line is lost, to me, this is your all-time low line. I know that there's history here. I know that there was a peak. Like, none of this is relevant trading for me. This is all-time lows. Lose this and it will be a fast drop, all right? We've seen it recover here. We've seen it recover here. We've never touched it again. We are knocking on the door, right? And oh man, we cannot lose this line. Otherwise, again, to me, that's your all-time low support. Once you lose this, you're going to lose a quick 20%. Roughly speaking, that's almost $1, right? 45 is 90. I'm just going to like, wait, that was bad. I moved it over too many. 10% is 4.5 cents. Wait, yes. Wow, I'm struggling here. Yeah, right? Lose. Wow, which way am I moving the desk? Been a long day. Sorry. Oh my gosh, why can't I do this math? I'm sad right now a little bit. Yeah, it's 4 cents. I'm moving it that way, not that way. So we're going to lose 8 cents roughly. That would take us down to 39. That would be the first 20% tranche. Then we're going to lose another almost 8 cents right there, and that would take us to 31. Okay, I can see a drop from 45 cents to 31 cents very quickly. We cannot lose the line. We've bounced on it very well once. You can argue that this doesn't even count because this was a wick. And if you've heard my videos before, I generally say you can kind of bounce on something about 3 or 4 times before you lose it. Even this line, we've used it a number of times actually before it eventually failed, right? So GTII is actually all right with support holds, but man, I can't stress this line is so critical to hold, all right? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. It's been a while since I've said hello at the minimum. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, more videos coming. Thank you.